Hey, good day, my friends in Somerset, Pennsylvania. This is your friend Jeff Yalden again. How are you? As I arrived in Singapore last night to keynote the parenting convention for the Asian Congress Family and Parenting Conference, I've been met by many messages from people in the community about another recent loss, a teacher, an English teacher, a wife, a friend, and a very respected person, Amy Svonavek. Please forgive me if I mispronounced the name. And a couple messages asked me what my relationship with the community of Somerset was, and I thought about it and I said, well, just another community that has had me come and speak to the students, and a community that I care deeply about. And over the past couple of weeks, I've been getting to talk to many of your teenagers at the PFEW conference up in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. So I first came to you about a month ago with the message about our loss of Olivia in a terrible car accident where her brother Cash survived. And as you all are coming back to some normalcy with the memories of a great young lady that devastated the community, I feel like I come to you again with another heartbreaking message, and it's not my intention, but a lot of the people reached out to me, so I felt an obligation to, how awesome is it that a guy like me gets to come into your community and share his heart with the students, and the students reach back out to you a couple of years later and ask for your support in what they're going through. So I feel privileged and honored that I get to share this message. So here we are, having dealt with the loss of one of our favorite teachers and a great person. I know that Amy's family was by her side and they got to prepare for this. But how do you ever really prepare for the loss of your mom? How do we ever prepare for the loss of one of our teachers, a guiding light? You can prepare as much as you want, but in the end, when that day comes, it's kind of like a balloon with no air, a house with no electricity, a boat with no water, a car with no gas. And we kind of feel stuck. So I want to just let you know that as I hear these words and I hear about the loss of Amy, I want to just send each and every one of you my thoughts and prayers and let you know that I'm thinking about you and I'm praying for the family. And I know Amy has a daughter that's still in school, I believe. And so I think it's time where we heal from one loss and we start going through the grieving process where we have to kind of take a few steps back again and go through the process again of another loss. And it doesn't make sense and it's not fair, but life isn't fair and life sometimes doesn't make sense. And this is the circle of life and we all have to go through it. And if we don't learn every day from the challenges that we're faced with, then we're really not growing. And my message really is that it's going to be okay. I know sometimes it's too early to say that, but I think in the back of our minds, we have to remember that as we go through this, it will be okay. Amy is with the angels now singing and looking down upon us, and I think what we now need to do is make sure that we're there in support for her family. We're there in support for each other. I think also we need to all as a community be in support of all of our teachers, staff members, and administrators because they too lost a family member. And so I hope that the student leaders and the community members, they kind of rally around each other in the next few weeks and we do something, whether it be plant a tree, whether it be dedicate a big rock around the school or whatever it might be. but let's do something to let all of our other staff members and community members know that here at Somerset High School was one of our great teen inspirations, motivators, teachers, a person that really supported us in growing and learning. And make sure that we reach out to the family with love and support and letting them know how much that she meant to you as a teacher and a person. I was always a good kid in school, but I think I had retired some teachers. I learned differently. I thought differently. School didn't come real easy to me, but I remember one teacher that was one of the most influential people in my life. Her name was Miss Gail Barton. And I found myself during lunchtime, sometimes I'd either go to the library or sometimes I would go down to her office. She had lunch at the same time. And I would just sit there and talk to her. And it was like she was the only teacher that really understood that I did learn differently and I was differently, but she always took the time to just listen. And so I ended up forming a great relationship. And if I did have trouble in school, I always went to Miss Barton and I said, I don't understand. I need help with this. This is really affecting me. This is bothering me. Many years after I had graduated from high school, I always kept in touch with Miss Barton. Every time I go back to Long Island, I'd meet up and have lunch or bring a sub to school and just say hello. And then I'll never forget when I found out that she had a brain tumor. And I was down in Long Island and we had lunch. And then a week later, her son called me first and says, Jeff, I just wanted you to know that my mom passed this morning. I'll never forget that moment when I sat in my office and I cried like a baby. And to this day, I'm still close with her kids. And I talk to them, and every time I talk to them, we somehow talk about how I'm a professional speaker, I'm sorry. We talk about how influential she was in my life. And I know as I journey through life doing what I do it with Miss Barton kind of in my heart. Who she was to me is who I try to be to others. And so I hope as this summer is a very hard summer for each and every one of you. You remember Olivia and her brother Cash and her parents. You remember Amy and who she was and her family and her daughter. And I don't know if she had any other kids. But you make sure you journey on in your heart and you hold Olivia and Amy, their families, and also our extended families, our community and teachers, each other. Let it not be such a loss like this that teaches us for the moment. Let it be losses like this that teach us forever. And let it be something that teaches us to learn to really live within our hearts, to know that life is precious and the people that come into our lives are important. Because the people that come into our lives, they shape who we are. And then sometimes, way too soon, we have to say goodbye. And it's never easy. But my friends, remember, life isn't easy, but we wake up today, and all of a sudden tonight will come, tomorrow morning will, and tomorrow night will come. But as these moments come and pass, remember to always live with love in our hearts. Just know that my thoughts and prayers are with each and every one of you. I'm sorry about your recent loss. I'm sorry about the summer that each and every one of you are going through. But I think this is a summer that is really shaping some lives and is really building some character in a community that is a strong community. good family morals and values, a hard blue collar, Somerset, Pennsylvania. I'm a big fan. I just wanted to say that my thoughts and prayers are with each and every one of you. God bless you, and remember, it will be okay. Thanks for listening.